What up, y'all? It's Malik Sorry says this brand. Let's get into it. Um, God showed me the pandemic 4 years before it came to pass, and I wanted to talk about this because I wanted to highlight. Excuse me. I wanted to highlight our relationship with God, bro. Like I want to highlight these things because followers of God, we need real relationships with God in our lives because it's so essential. It's so important. But I wanted to tell y'all, man, God showed me the pandemic 4 years before it happened, you know? And at the time, I didn't know it was the pandemic. I, I, like, for me, I didn't know it was the pandemic that he was showing me until it happened. You feel me? Like, I remember one time, right? I'm sick, so I got a stuffy nose. Trying to breathe. But, I remember before it's like it was 2016, right? It was 2016. I just got out of school, graduated and everything. It was the summer. It was July or June, one of those. I think it was July. Definitely July of 2016, right? Um I was I was sleeping, right? And I remember this day, not clearly, but I remember what I was doing. It was like 4 in the morning. I had this prophetic dream, bruh. It was like 2016 July, and it was late at night. I was sleeping in the living room or something like that, and I had the most realistic, crazy dream of all time, bro. And it was like 4 in the morning. I woke up at 4 in the morning after that dream. I was like, yo, why did that dream feel so real? You feel me? Excuse me. Why did that dream feel so real, bro? And it was a prophetic dream from God. And in this dream, right? In this dream, I basically was seeing 2020, bro. I was seeing 2020. And I was, you know how George Floyd, this is around the time of, not in 2016, but in 2020 was like around the time of George Floyd, right? Remember in 2020? I think it was 2020, right? When George Floyd happened, and every city was like going under riots and stuff, and there was SWAT team everywhere, and it was just riots everywhere. Well, in my city, we experienced riots, and there was helicopters everywhere. 2016, in that prophetic dream, I saw riots in my city. How I seen it in 2020, like the riots in my prophetic dream, and all that happening was how I seen it in 20, like literally in 2020. How I seen it in the dream is literally bar for bar how I seen it in 2020, bro. The SWAT team, the people rioting and tired of oppression and all of that from the and tired of police brutality and all of that. I was seeing that in the dream and didn't even know what it was. You might say, how was that 20? How was that the pandemic? Let me continue. Right, I was seeing everything bar for bar, like the SWAT team, the people rioting. How I seen it in the dream is how I seen it in real life. I'm like, yo, I seen this before. It was giving me deja vu, and God reminded me. He showed me this 4 years ago. It is crazy because I woke up at 4 a.m. Right? I woke up at 4 a.m. and I actually wrote a prophetic poem. It is titled 4 a.m. And I wrote what I seen in the dream in the prophetic poem. Right? And it's crazy because it happened 4 years later, which is 2016. Yeah, 7, 8. That's 4 years later, bro. And it was like a.m. A.m. is early, right? Didn't the pandemic and all that happen early in the year? Come on, bro. I I didn't even know what I was writing at that time. And I was just writing what I see. Excuse me. I just was writing what I seen. And bruh, it was like everything was spot on, bro. What God showed me 4 years later, it happened, bro. It happened. It happened. Everything bar for bar, everything he showed me. Now let me continue how this has anything to do with the pandemic. As the dream goes on, and I'm seeing riots and people rioting, and everything I seen in 2020, I seen in that dream is everybody rioting in the city where I seen it in real life or on TV is literally how I seen it, bro, in the dream. So as the dream goes on, right, the prophetic dream, I'm seeing somebody, I'm seeing somebody in my ear, right, saying, the spirit of death is coming. Something about sickness, bro, sickness and sickness like that. And I forgot what that part was because I don't remember that part. But it had a lot to do with sickness. Hold up, yeah, it had a lot to do with sickness. For real, it had a lot to. I forgot what that part was, but this person was talking about. It was Tiario. He was talking about something sickness. Uh, it was the goat saying something about sickness and stuff. The spirit of death was coming, and literally that's how it happened, bro. That's how it happened. The spirit of death, which was really the coronavirus, came and everybody got sick, bro. I didn't know it at that time. 4 years before it happened, I, I I came to realize it after. Like I'm like, yo, wait, this is what he was saying. Oh, and everything I seen in the dream was bar for bar, bro. Excuse me, bar for bar, bro. Hold up. Literally everything was bar for bar, bro. Bar for bar. Everything I seen in the dream was literally bar for bar, bro. Bar for bar, bro. So it's like we seen the sickness in 2020 and the rioting with George Floyd. All of that was in the dream. I didn't know it was about George Floyd or the coronavirus. I came to realize that in 2020 when it was happening. I'm like, yo, God, show me this. And I didn't know what it was until I seen it. I'm like, yo, this is what he was showing me. Like, this is what he was showing me, you know? And I'm going to say this because God has a way of showing me things before it happens. Like with certain stuff, not all of that, all of them, but I know there's definitely another pandemic coming soon. It's definitely another spirit of death coming soon. There's definitely more. There's definitely more. There's another pandemic coming soon, bro. I ain't gonna say much, but there's definitely another pandemic coming soon, bro. Definitely. And hey, man, it's just like people. The reason why the reason why there's another one coming soon because people don't take God serious. People don't take His will serious. People don't take what God called them to do serious. People don't take God's kingdom serious. So what God does is He sends punishment. It is what it is. He sends punishment because people don't listen. People don't want to listen. People don't want to take heed to what His people are saying. People don't want to listen, bro. People don't want to listen. So what God does is He sends these big punishments, bro, because people don't listen. If people listened, none of this stuff would happen. But people don't listen, so in ways that God tries to get our attention is through people passing away through pandemics and stuff. Now people want to listen. Now people want to take heed. You feel me? So I wouldn't be surprised if God sends another pandemic, bro. Honestly, because people don't listen. People don't listen, bro. People don't listen, bro. Excuse me. People don't listen, bro. If people listened, it wouldn't be any problems. You know? It wouldn't be any problems, bro. If people listened. If people listen, there won't be any problems, bro. You know? But he's definitely sending another pandemic soon. I don't know when, but definitely it's definitely 9 times out of 10 he's gonna send another pandemic soon, bro. You know? Because people don't listen. The wicked don't listen. The people of the world don't listen. They don't take God serious. They don't take God's word serious. They don't take God's truth serious. So what do you think people are gonna reap? Come on, man. Common sense. What do you think people are gonna reap? This been happening all through the word. When people don't listen, what God sends punishment. You feel me? The Israelites in the Old Testament, right? Didn't listen, disobey God, all that. What God do? He sent people into their land to rob and to knock off their heads, bro. Come on, bro. This is all through the word. When the Israelites didn't listen, when the Israelites didn't listen, God would send the enemy into their cities to rob all their all their precious items and to take over their land, bro. This been going on for thousands and thousands of years, bro. You know, God will always do that, and y'all know I'm not wrong because them Israelites, when they didn't listen, God will send the enemy into their camp or into their city to take over their city and to take over and steal their goods and all of the good stuff, right? They would take it for themselves. When the Israelites didn't listen, right, and then they went into war with the Ark of the Covenant, the enemy took the Ark of the Covenant. Remember that? It didn't last because God started doing stuff to the, basically making the statues fall and all that. It didn't last long, but you feel me? Y'all get the gist of what I'm saying. You know? You know? It's crazy, bro. It's crazy, bro. God will always send punishment. Do anything, bro. You know? It is people forget. God will always, He will always send you warnings. He will always send you time to repent and to ask for forgiveness. But when you don't do that and you continuously shut him out and not listen to him, oh yeah, punishment coming. Especially for the world. A second pandemic is most likely coming, bro. Most likely. Most likely, bro. I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised, bro. I wouldn't be surprised because the world, we already know the world don't listen. The world, everything's a joke to them. The world, everything's a joke to them, bro. Everything's a joke, you know? Everything's a freaking joke. So, we already know the world don't listen. My nose. We already know the world don't listen, bro. Come on, man. We already know the world don't listen. So, yeah, man, like, God showed me the first pandemic. God showed me the pandemic 4 years before it happened. I didn't even know it was that, honestly. You might think, why you didn't tell nobody? Because I didn't know. I didn't know it was that until it happened. I'm like, yo, this is what God showed me, you know? And definitely another pandemic is coming, bro. Because the world don't listen, bro. Even a lot of followers of God don't listen, you know? So another pandemic is coming, bro. For real. Another pandemic is coming, bro. And, yeah, man, like, hey, man. That's why God gives us time to repent and to ask for forgiveness and to follow Him for real and truly. Not follow religion, but follow Him and have a real relationship with Him, the God of Israel, bro. And really listen to Him. And really try your best to obey Him and surrender your heart to Him. And do His will, you know. But people don't want to do none of that. They want to continuously play. Until punishment comes, now everybody wants to cry. But He gave you time to repent. He gave you time to get it together. But people don't take that time. And a lot of people be saying, God didn't give me time to repent. God didn't give me time to even change. But He gave you time to change because you listened to this message now, right? Or you had other people telling you the same thing. So it's like He gave you time. And He gave you people to tell you, you know? But God showed me the first pandemic. I didn't even know. 4 years before it happened. I didn't even know, bro. And there's definitely another one coming. Definitely another one. How the world moving? Definitely another one coming, bro. Another one is coming, bro. Y'all repent. Hey, bro. Another one is coming, bro. How the world moving? Look how peep how the world moving. I don't even gotta say much. Peep how the world doing and moving. Another pandemic is coming, bro. It's definitely coming. Hey, bro. If there might be one coming or there's not. But in most cases, the world getting worse. Another one coming, bro. Another one coming, bro. You know? Another one coming. My fault. I was just somebody talking out there. Another one coming, bro. For real. So I pray this message reaches y'all. And I pray that, like, this, bro, that's why it's important to have a real relationship with God because He will show you things before it happens. He will show you not things before it happens. He will show you things about your personal life. He will show you things about your relationship with Him. He will show you a lot of things, you know? But in my case, He showed me the pandemic and the George Floyd situation before it happened, bro. I didn't even know it was. I'm over here having prophetic dreams. I didn't even know it was that until 4 years later it happened. I'm like, yo, wait. When it happened though, I'm like, yo, God showed me this. It was this. That's why it was this. This is what He was showing me. I didn't even know it was that, bro. Keep in mind, I don't have the gift of dreams. I don't know how to interpret my own dream. So I seen everything in my dream happen in real life, bar for bar, literally, I'm like, yo, I seen this before. Definitely. And it was that. I'm like, yo, God showed me this. This is what He was showing me. Oh, you feel me? It be like that, but definitely another one coming, bro. And I advise people to repent and ask for forgiveness and live for Him, bro. Really, not live for religion, but live for God, bro. Do His will. Build a relationship with Him. You know, don't repent because you see something coming and you wanna dodge it because you don't want to get in trouble. Nah, do it from the heart. Repent from the heart. Ask for forgiveness from the heart. Live for God from the heart. Build a relationship with Him from the heart. Do His will from the heart. You feel me? Yeah. But it's Malik So Racist is a brand. Y'all be cool, man. Y'all visit my website. I got the isolate icon on there. I got short stories on there. I got art on there. All types of stuff. But y'all be cool, man. Y'all be cool. Y'all be cool.